Oi, meu nome é Angelina, and I'm going to be explaining vertebrates versus invertebrates. So, vertebrates are animals that do indeed have a backbone. So, some examples are turtles, fishes, birds, whales, and groundhogs and amphibians. And the difference is that vertebrates, they do have a backbone, but invertebrates, they do not have a backbone. And some examples of invertebrates are butterflies, starfishes, worms, snails, and some other animals that do not have backbones. The next thing we'll be talking about are echinoderms. So echinoderms have spiny skin structures, they have a circular symmetry in adults, and they have a water vascular system. And as you can see here, on their spiny skins, there's a lot of different capabilities for these animals, and they come in a bunch of different shapes and sizes, as you can see here. And yeah, there's a lot of different capabilities for these animals. So this animal here are mollusks. So they are soft body animals that have shells, and they adapt into those shells. And they can be aquatic or terrestrial animals. So that means they can live in the water or live on land. And they can have a bunch of different types of shells. As you can see here, this is the soft-bodied animal that adapts into these shells. The next one are cnidarians. So cnidarians, they are aquatic animals. They usually have soft-bodied, gelatinous bodies, and they can sting or burn prey, and it comes in two different forms. So there's called medusa and polyp. Polyp is a more rectangular shape, and medusa is like this jellyfish here, and it has a more circular body with tentacles. The next thing we are going to be talking about are the phylum Nematode. So they can also be called flatworms, and they have cylindrical, elongated bodies, and they often can cause diseases. So they have a complete digestive system, and most of them are also parasitic. So as you can see, they can be parasites, any of the sort. So the next invertebrate we're going to be talking about are sponges, which can also be called porphyrians. So they are aquatic animals, and they do live in the water, and they're filter feeders, which means that they suck in the water they have, and they basically extract what's in the water, like microorganisms or anything, and they feed off of that. And they do not have tissues, organs, or any type of system. So their digestion is intracellular. So that means that they do not have much of a digestive system, so it's inside their cells. Next phylum is Annelida. So that means that they are annelids, and they have different segments in their bodies. So that helps them to move around, and that helps them with mobility. So when they move, the segments basically help them to move around in the dirt or wherever they're going. And they are very useful in agriculture, because when they go inside the dirt, they make little homes that help water and other nutrients enter the soil, so it's less compacted. So the phylum arthropods, they are the animal with segmented bodies. Basically, their joints, they're separated. They're the largest animal group in the whole world, and they basically they are found in every single environment in the whole world. So you can find arthropods everywhere. And they're basically insects. Most of them are insects. And their segmented bodies, they have like mainly exoskeletons. So yeah. So the next one is flatworms. So they are animals with flat bodies, and some of them are see-through. So they have an incomplete digestive system, and it's basically a simple digestive system. And they have soft, flat bodies. Many of them are parasites, and they are hermaphroditic, which means that they have both female and male parts. So they can produce asexually and sexually at the same time. The next thing we're going to be talking about are the different types of cnidarians. So we already addressed cnidarians, but these are the two different forms of them. The first one is polyp. Polyp are upright feeders, which means that they rely on animals going down and going into their bodies to feed. But medusa, they are able-bodied animals, which means that they can move around and get their own food. And they are able-bodied creatures, so they can move their own. The next one we're going to be talking about are tapeworms. Tapeworms, they live inside of intestines mainly. So their eggs are exited through feces. So they're a class of flatworms, parasitic flatworms, called cestoda. And they do not have a mouth or digestive system, and they can grow very long. But they are also hermaphroditic, just like the last species I was talking about. Next one we're going to be talking about are called schistosomes. They are a species of flatworm. They are parasitic, and they cause a disease called schistosomiasis, also called bilharzia. How do you get them? The worms live in fresh water, like lakes or rivers, and they cause diseases, as I said.